welcome to another episode of the Shaver Ranch Plus Wolves. Today we're going to do a little bit of a different pace. I'm just going to show you, my procedure and how I build my tools kind of in a slow way instead of giving all the highlights and everything that I normally do. So, yeah, I'm on the tripod for the first time. We'll see how that goes, and we're all just kind of experimenting here, so we'll see how it goes. I'll do a little bit of sanding, then I'll skip over and do a little bit of the tool restoration where I, sand it and put a blade on it, an edge on it, and everything else. See how it goes. Right now what I'm doing is getting rid of this horrible lacquer that they put on the edge, or put on the surface of these hickory handles. What that does, and what I found it does after using them with trial and error, is that this lacquer coating, while it does protect the wood to some degree, also puts blisters on your hands pretty badly. So, to get rid of that really helps. I get rid of that, and generally speaking I put linseed oil on there. However, if I'm out of that or I can't afford it at the time, lemon oil is a good substitute, at least for keeping the wood hydrated. This is kind of the most arduous process in the entire process of building the tools, just because with the method I'm using, it kind of takes some energy. Here at the Shaver Ranch, we just use what we got, I can't really afford any expensive or handy tools other than what I'm slowly building up over time. I hope to someday have all the neat tools that I see with all the other YouTube personalities, but patience is key. So the next three tools that we're working on today is the axe that we were working on before. Finally getting around to doing that. Then we've got our old mushroomed sledgehammer we're putting a longer handle on. Then we've got our 11-pound splitting maul that I'm going to put a handle on. Next step is we're going to shine these things up. We're going to use a wire brush. We're not going for museum quality here. We're just shining it up, getting the rust off, getting all the grime off. Then we'll run through and get some of the larger chunks off with a sander and use that sanding, the sander wheel, to put a nice edge on these. And this, I don't know if you can see it, the lighting is a little bad. We got the garage door open and everything, but this is basically what you're going to get out of sanding. There's just a certain pride in having things be done right, so to speak. Another reason for doing this is that, I don't know if you've ever held one of these hickory handles you get from the store, but if you run your hand across them without a glove, you'll pick up little splinters, little cuts, and when you sand them like this, they become incredibly smooth, and they're very useful in that regard. So, on to the next thing. you can tell this one's been left outside a couple of times.